Hey guys, this is hot off the heels of my last video, and I will be doing my first deck profile on Nightmareland, so let's get underway with the G-Zone. First off, we have one Saint-Germain, Nighttime Gentleman. When he's placed on Guardian Circle, if the amount of cards in the soul are 10 or more, 10,000 shield. If it's 15 or more, choose any of my units the game resist. I want 2 more, because he's really good. Then we have 2 copies of False Dark Wings Agrat Mahlat. She's the Fighters Collection G-Guard. She's actually really good for what she can do, because her effect is when she's placed, Soul Charge 2. If you've got 6 cards in Soul, she gains 5,000 shield, so she becomes 20k shield. Really good. For main strides, I have at the moment 1 Abominable, 1 Gilles. I've got to get 1 more so I can Persona Flip him, because it's effect. So he's pretty useless at the moment. 4 Rebellious Retainer of Fresh Blood Frederick, because it's the Fighters Collection one and he's rather cheap. Put 1 card from your hand into the soul. He gains 1,000 for every card in the soul. Then, if the amount of power increased is 10,000 or more, all rear guards in the front row gain 5,000 power, and you can't use that ability for the rest of the turn. And final stride, Mask of Demonic Frenzy Ericrius. He has a Darkness ability. When he attacks, Soul Charge 2. If the number of cards in soul is 6 or more, he gains an ability to retire on hits. And if it's 15 or more, he gains 1,000 for every card in soul. So he's really good for this deck. Really good. I love him to death in this deck, just because Darkness is so easily triggered. Now, for main deck grade 3s, I run 4 Queen of Nightmareland Hartrud. Counterblast 1, retire a rear guard on Generation Break 1 when she attacks or is attacked. She gains 1,000 for every Nightmareland in soul until the end of turn. So she is the main grade 3 for this deck. As the backup, a lot of people run Frosty Steeple for some reason. I don't know why, but I run 4 Psychic of Storm Rigil. Rigil's a really good card for this deck. He is a Legion. He is a 20k Legion with Psychic of Dust Izaya, and he's got an ability Counterblast 2 when he attacks and if he's in Legion and the cards in the soul is 10 or more. Choose 2 of my opponent's rear guards and retire them. If it's 15 or more, choose 1 more and retire it. Sorry about that nudge there, I couldn't help it. And Soul Blast 1 card with the same unit as with the same card as unit in your Vanguard, Soul Charge 5, so he's really good at setting up some of the other cards in this deck. For grade 2s, I run 4 Dum of Nightmareland. Continuous G Break 1. If you have D of Nightmareland in the soul, he becomes 11k. And when he attacks a Vanguard, he gains 2k for every single Dum of Nightmareland in the soul. So really good. For Doppel Vampir, GB1 Darkness when he attacks. If he attacks Vanguard and the amount of cards in your soul is 10 or more, he gains 5,000, and if it's 15 or more, your opponent can't guard the attack with grade 0s. So he's a 14k that can't be blocked by grade 0s until the end of the battle, so he's really good in this deck. And then for the final grade 2, I run 4 Legion Mate Psychic of Dust Izaya. During your main phase, when a card is put into your soul, if your Vanguard is Legion, he gains 3k until end of turn. Pretty basic. Okay then, so my grade 1 setup, I actually need 2 more of the next card, so this is going to be fun. At the moment I only own 2. March Rabbit of Nightmareland, he is the Nightmareland Perfect Guard, and to make the Sentinel numbers up, 2 Bladewing Tidowit. She's not good in this deck, I don't like her in this deck, I need 2 more of the Nightmareland Perfect Guard, but at least it's not Oracle Think Tank where I have no Perfect Guard. For Dormouse of Nightmareland, Generation Break 1 Act, rest him, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gives plus 1,000 power for every single card with Nightmareland in your soul until the end of turn. And auto, when he's put into the drop zone from rear guard, soul charge 1, then during If that is during your turn, choose one of your units with Nightmareland and it gains plus 4,000 until the end of turn. Three, Doreen the Thruster. When a card is put into your soul during your main phase, if you have a Dark Irregulars Vanguard, she gains 3,000 power, and as you can see I'm running 2 old art Doreen and 1 new art Doreen. I prefer the new art. Personal preference though. And for the final grade 1, 2 Serpent Charmer just to throw cards back into the deck. Only problem I have with him is if I soul charge him. Now then for the starter, Spade, Jack of Nightmareland. When he is rode, when a unit rides him, you draw a card, choose a card from your hand, and put it into your soul. And when your G unit strides, you may call him to rear guard, and you soul charge one if you do. Really good start for them. For the triggers, I run 6 crit, 6 stand, 4 heal. And the first crit trigger is D of Nightmareland. G break 1, act, put him into the soul. If you have a Nightmareland Vanguard, choose one of your units and it gains plus 1,000 for each card with Nightmareland in the soul, and if the unit selected by his effect is Dum of Nightmareland, draw a card. So he's a draw engine for the deck, he's really good. At the moment I'm running one Eyed Succubus and 1 Blitzritter. The Scharhort crit and the Vanilla crit. Why? Because I need 2 Dark Knight. For stands, I run 4 Monochrome of Nightmareland. G-Break 1, put it on top of the deck. Soul Charge, shuffle the deck, Soul Charge 1. If the amount of cards in Soul is 6 or more, choose a card from your damage zone, turn it face up. And if it's 10 or more, draw a card. So, he's a simple GB1 stand. He's good. I like him. 2 Dark Queen. When she boosts a successful attack, Soul Charge 1, return to deck. Just to help me get around the grade 1 7Cs deck and that. And then finally for the heal trigger, for Alice of Nightmareland. She is my favourite heal trigger for Dark Irregulars, plus she's another Nightmareland trigger. And Cheshire Cat was unavailable. So yeah, that is my entire Nightmareland build. I will update it when I get more cards to update it. Just tell me what you think of the build, to be honest with you. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's meh. Because, in all honesty, I have tested this, it works, it has potential, it's just that it doesn't get off as often as I'd like it to. But yeah, until next time, bye-bye.